to the general public. It is now 10:12 a.m. and with 10 members present, that constitutes a quorum to conduct today's budget hearing. At this time, I'd like to introduce the members of the committee, and we'll start off with the council's table. From my far left, we have Representative Selena Babauta, the chair for JGO. We have Representative Leila Staffler, the chair for Education. Representative Denita Yanktimai, the chair for Commerce and Tourism and Cannabis. Representative Richard Lizama, the chair for PUTC. Representative Christina Sablan, chair for Health and Welfare. Representative Edwin Probst, the chair for Gaming. Representative Sheila Babauta, the chair for Natural Resources. Representing Precinct 4, Representative Joel Camacho. And up here on the dais, so we have the vice chair, Representative Karina Magofnia, and I am Donald Manglonia, the chair for Ways and Means. Assisting the committee, we have our legal counsel, Joe Tyrone, our legislative assistant, Cameron Nicholas, our IT, Mr. Delbert, and our sergeant at arms, Mr. Tuai. All right, members, with that, can I get a motion for the adoption of today's agenda? All right, motion was made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now move on to the next item on the agenda, public comments. If there's anyone from the public that wish to make any comments, the floor is now open.
Good morning and welcome to Rota, this distinguished body of the Ways and Means Committee of the House of Representatives. Once again, welcome to Luta. Thank you for the opportunity. And Mr. Chairman, I suppose you have received the administration's submission of our budget. And I must tell you that all of us, myself, the directors, are really disappointed simply because we have submitted our budget request. However, the submission to the legislature, all others was deleted. Therefore, I really can't say much about it. And I'm thinking that maybe the governor has something else to do about it. I heard when I asked, why is this like this? I was told that the governor will be submitting, I don't know, to you guys on July 1st, I believe. So I am hoping that by then, our budget of all others can be restored. Therefore, now I ask this distinguished body to please help us restore our budget back. In our budget of 2023, all we did was mirror our request on the 2022 budget. We didn't ask for more or less, just the same. But as you probably can see, all others is not there. So, like I said in the outset, we're very upset. So I don't know what else to say, but it is not good for Rota. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Anthony. Any other members for public comments? Okay. If there's none, we'll move on with the agenda, and then we'll turn back to the mayor, who, as he will be up first. And so we move on to the next item on the agenda, the opening statement. Good morning again, members of the committee as well as the general public. Today we will be going over 5 agencies in um, this budget hearing. We have the Mayor Rota up first, followed by the Rota Municipal Council, and then in the afternoon at 1 o'clock, we'll start off with the Department of Finance, followed by Department of Labor, and then ending today's budget hearing with the Department of Commerce. The remaining agencies will come before the committee tomorrow. And so with that, we want to welcome all agencies that will be presenting today, as well as just keeping in mind that upon reviewing the governor's proposal, and the mayor was correct in saying that the governor's proposal mainly protected the personnel. And so what we're here to do is kind of understand what are some of the operational needs that we can try to support, and understand what are the highest costs and expenditures, and what would that mean for the agencies, and in having those taken off the budget. And so with that, before we begin with the mayor, I just want to point out that the mayor had submitted a budget request of $3.1 million. That is broken up by 2.7 or 2.8 being for personnel, and the rest for operations and utilities at 225,000. But from our understanding, the utilities will be shouldered by the administration, and so even those. And so one of the concerns that we heard from the municipality of Tinian was that they were the ones paying up for their Nighthawk accounts. But with clarification, the administration was also able to pay for the Nighthawk. So if the Rota municipality is paying for their own power, then if we can get a billing that we can seek guidance from the secretary and how to reimburse those, then we can assist with that.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, about the Nighthawk, we process for payment, and we send it up to finance, and they're the ones that paying for it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, the situation, I guess, was different on Tinian. They were the ones paying out of their budget. So I hope that's not the same with the Rota. And so, yeah, utilities for the next fiscal year will also be paid for by the funds that were set aside for the current fiscal year for utilities. Uh, Nevertheless, I guess what we would like to hear is, because the mayor had submitted on their budget submission, they requested for 86 personnel, but the governor had proposed 110 personnel. And so I think that's one of the main areas that we would like to address, and understand why there's this huge gap between the mayor's submission as well as the governor's proposal. And so with that, I'll hand the floor over now to the mayor to start off with any remarks he may have in regards to his budget submission, and then we'll open the floors up to the members for questions. And so at this time, Mayor, if you have any particular requests or any other than what you've mentioned during the public comments, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, this was Masin, Mr. Chairman. I might add and let you guys know that the personnel as well that we received uh, the administration submission to the legislature, uh, there's flaws on that. I say that is because what the staffs across the board, across the municipality, employees that is, are not, I mean, are receiving more than what's on the budget. And so if we were to approve that budget, are we then to or am I then to go back to the employees and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, you used to work, for $20 an hour, for example, and now I'm sorry, it's only 15." I mean, what is that? What I don't understand that. But we requested what they have been earning, but the submission that we receive is less. So not only that, all others, even the personnel. So that's the biggest problem. It's those two, the personnel and the all others.
Thank you, Mayor. I think so. There's two budget submissions. Were you able to review volume 1 and 4? The volume 4
Volume four.
is the ARPA that covers the shortfall for what you would see in the general fund budget. The general fund budget cut the or reverts employees back to the reduced hours and furlough that we've experienced last fiscal year, and so the volume 4 fills in that additional 16 hours or 20%, as well as fund all employees that were furloughed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I'm not aware about that.
Okay.
I
So
have
that
the,
should take care of the salary difference between what you may see in general fund, volume 1. And so the ARPA,
okay.
but the ARPA only covers the shortfall in personnel, none for, it's still the same with operations where there's none for the municipality. But do you know how many employees that are being funded under your office currently
A general fund or ARPA?
overall for the
Overall?
current fiscal year?
Approximately about 145. To tell you the detail, I believe we have like 60 ARPA.
60
Yeah.
ARPA?
And the rest are like 85, 86 on general funds.
Your budget submission looks like you've only requested for 86 for next fiscal year. The governor proposed 110, so that computes a 24 position difference. Do you know what?
Well, it's to me, it's good that he gave us FTE, but it's not good that he didn't give us the funds. The reason I request 86 is because those are the people that are now working. So maybe, I don't know, later on he might find some funds and give it to me.
Thank you. Thank you. And in regards to your operations, what would you say would be the largest expenditure and how much? Or let's start with how much. What would be your largest expenditure?
Right now, the medical referral, and of course, the youth programs.
How much in fuel would you say the mayor's office utilizes a month?
Oh, a month?
Yeah.
About $3,000. Because we have this transit bus, and that really eats up a lot of gas. Going daily around the island for people that do not have a vehicle.
And that comes out of your office?
Yes. And that's another thing that, we were given that bus, and they expect us to take care of everything, not Coda.
So Coda donated the bus, but
Yeah,
the municipality covers the fuel
yeah. I was
expenses.
asking them for assistance such as uniform, training, and it's like, no, we only gonna give you the bus. Oh yeah, okay. Thank you anyway.
Does the municipality charge um, any riders
Fee?
for, yeah?
Well, right now we are working with it, but right now we do not charge. We are working on charging people, and that's what the research we're trying to find out what is really the affordable rate.
Thank you. I have a few follow up, but right now I will open the floor up to the members. I recognize first the vice chair.
Thank you, Chair, and welcome, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for coming to the budget
Thank you,
hearing.
thank
So
you.
going back to the FTEs, your total FTEs approved for fiscal year 2022 is at 110. I think you had mentioned that right now you have at least 86 employees employed. With the governor's submission for 2023, you were given 86. Are you going to be okay with the 86 or?
As far as the budget is concerned on personnel, I that's why I said earlier I'm not satisfied because the budget that's submitted to the legislature does not reflect what they're earning now. So I have a problem with that.
Okay, so with the decrease of 24 FTEs, how many FTEs would you say you absolutely need in order to run your operations?
Well, right now 86 would be the figure.
Okay. Okay, so moving along, in the governor's budget submission for 2023, your operational cost was completely zeroed out. Can you share with us what are some of your most critical and essential operating costs that you absolutely must have in order to facilitate the services that you provide to the people of Rota?
Well, like I said earlier, the medical referral, the youth programs, and of course the fuel.
The fuel. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, vice chair. I recognize Rep. Babalta.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Mayor Atalik,
Good
and
morning.
welcome to the viewing public as well as the community here at large. How much ARPA funds did you receive in the current fiscal year? Total,
Total about four some.
4 million, over
Oh, four. I mean, no, 4,000 some.
4,000.
Yeah. What are you talking about? The
Overall, including
Oh.
those that were used for personnel?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That for personnel, it's a for some 400 some thousand.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't catch
Mhm.
that. And then for operations?
For operation, I receive about four 600
1,000.
thousand. Correct. Mhm.
So a
Sorry.
little over a million, maybe,
Yeah.
no? When did you receive this? And was it in the beginning of the fiscal year or?
Yes.
So in October of last year, you got all of this, nearly $1 million.
Yes.
For the operations part of the ARPA funds you received, where was the bulk of it spent?
The operation.
Yes,
Oh.
operations.
Yes,
Part of-
like I said earlier, the gas, the youth center, I mean youth program, sorry, and the Manamco.
And that, do
And
you
of
still
course
have
the
any
rest.
ARPA funds left?
This right now?
Yes.
No, I'm in deficit, and that's strange because the amount of money I was given and the expenses that I have does not match. And I was asking OMB about it, and they keep telling me, no, Mr. Mayor, there's not much you can do because you're negative. So I was asking, no, how, can you tell me how did I get negative?
Mm-hmm. And what was their reply?
So up to now, I have not any answer about it.
When was the last time you communicated with OMB?
Last week,
How many individuals were hired with ARPA funds? You mentioned
60.
60. That was since October of
Correct.
last year. Do you have any employees under the mayor's office that incur overtime?
Yes.
Not the MOUs, your regular employees, they incur overtime.
The regular employees. Well, when you say MOU, they're also my employees, but I MOU them
okay.
to the other department.
Yes.
Yeah.
But currently under your, let's say,
yes, I
office.
do. Yes, I do. Mhm.
And what would the justification be?
Right now, as you've probably seen, we are building Chamorro Village.
I see the
Yeah,
huts, yes.
yeah. So and actually we're fighting with time, and I really need to speed up the program, and therefore that's why they incur overtime. But right also we nothing's gonna happen with overtime.
And what that particular area, I've seen the area, they were building thatched
Yeah.
huts.
Well-
What is that area used for?
We are building all that because on June 20 we are having a Chamorro festival.
Okay.
And that's why we are we are working on speeding up the program.
What is the estimated budget for that? Your June festival, the Chamorro festival, how much do you spend approximately?
I'm looking at 25,000.
And that's coming out of your general funds,
Correct.
local budget?
Mhm.
And you have the funds for that?
Correct.
It's been budgeted into
Yes.
so you don't incur a deficit like you
Mhm. Right.
did on the opera funds. How many MOUs do you have under your office?
Honestly, I cannot give you a figure, but I do have quite a bit. Um, I can give you the figure later on.
Okay. And these MOUs are part of the 86?
Correct.
Okay. So your three wish list, if we were to approve a budget today for the municipality of Rota, your three wish lists would be the fuel for the municipality, the youth program.
Correct.
And what was the other one? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
Namanamko.
Manamco. Do you also pay the fuel for, like, let's say, DPS, boating safety, fire?
No, they take care of their fuel only when they need it. Let's say they were running short or something.
You assist.
Then I assist. Correct.
So your fuel expenses, what departments do you cover? Do you,
Usually the defense and DPS.
but you only assist in those matters, right, when they need?
Correct.
But so what is your fuel, why is fuel the largest expense for the mayor's office? Do you also, this is what we're trying to find out. Do you also pay for fuel for like MVA?
All the agencies I assist when they need.
Only when they need?
Correct.
How much is your fuel expense for, let's say, the month or the year?
The year's like 30 something, 30,000.
30,000. And that's only for your office. And then how much would you say the fuel costs would be by assisting other departments? So let me understand this. All the departments take care of their own fuel unless they need help.
Correct.
So how much would that add up on top of your regular approximately 30,000 per year fuel expense?
If I happen to be short, then I look for ways to reprogram from top down, from personnel down to all others.
How many vacancies do you currently have in your, under the mayor's office? I'm not seeing any yet so far, so do you know that?
Right now there's like 3, and that's general fund. Those 3 that resigned and moved to States or Guam.
So all your community worker positions are filled up?
Correct.
I'm seeing 15 vacant positions.
15.
Are these
I believe,
all,
most of those are filled in.
they are all community workers,
Mhm.
15 community workers? So none of these are vacant to your knowledge?
No, only 3 to my knowledge.
Are they community worker
Yes,
positions?
correct.
Okay. So 12 is filled up. But these vacant positions are zero funded. We'll look at that later. I yield for now, Mr. Chairman, for the first round.
Thank you, Rep. Babalta. Sorry, before we move on, I'd like to introduce another member to the committee. We have Representative Patrick St. Nicholas representing Tinian.
Good morning and welcome to Rota.
Any other members? Recognize Rep. Sablan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning.
I wanted to ask you if you could just help us better understand this deficit issue that you mentioned with the ARPA funds, because it sounded like your records are different from what OMB is saying and what finance is saying. And what is the difference between your record of expenditures, where you should be at in terms of your ARPA funding, and what they're telling you?
Oh, that's the answer I like to find out. Like I said earlier, I would ask, and I was told, well, you're deficit. But I asked, so can you guys show me how did I get deficit? But up to now, I don't have any answer, or they don't have any answer.
And you haven't been able to go into Munis to get any clarification about that in the system?
I know.
No. Okay. And then going back to your FTEs, so I know you said approximately 60 of your FTEs are fully funded through ARPA?
Correct.
Okay, but if you're in deficit now, have you had to let those people go? Or are they still on payroll?
No, I'm not deficit on the personnel.
Oh, it's operations.
It's operations.
Okay, got it. And so these would just be limited term hires until the funding is due to expire?
That's correct.
Okay. And for the most part, where are these ARPA-funded employees being deployed?
To my office, helping out with the Chamorro Festival
Okay.
preparation, and
Okay.
some of them are transferred to DPS and defense.
Okay. And are those all of the, well, no. I had a question about the MOUs then. So some of the ARPA-funded FTEs are MOUs to other departments?
That's correct.
And of all of your staff, how many are MOUs that you deploy to assist the other agencies?
Yeah, well, that's the question I was asked earlier, and I
Mhm.
apologize. I don't have that figure, but I will
Okay.
give you that figure right after this hearing.
Okay. And then my last question, you mentioned youth programs and the Manamco programs are some of your biggest operational expenditures, right? And could you just describe what those programs are and what are the general costs that are associated with the youth and Manamco programs?
The general costs are for the per diem, the officer, the escorts, and the patient's expenses are funded by CHC.
Oh, you're talking about medical referral.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yes.
But for the youth programs
Oh,
that
the
you
youth
mentioned, and the
program,
Manamco programs.
Yeah, the youth program, like for example, at this time,
Mhm.
I'm going to have a summer activity for the kids, and also funding for the baseball and basketball tournaments.
I see. Okay.
And for the Menamco, just last week, I shouldered their trip to Saipan for their activities like ground golf and something else.
Okay.
And also, when they have any, like this week, they're having a end of the month Manamco program, and they're expecting me again to foot that.
Okay.
So
I heard it was
So-
Manamco Takeover Day also this
Yesterday,
week.
yes, correct.
Okay. Okay, but does your office support the homebound meal program in any way? Is
Yes,
that
yes,
that's
correct.
also
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
your
I'm sorry,
expense?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it for my questions, Mr. Chairman. I yield at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Sablan. I recognize Rep. Lizama.
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, Mayor of
Good
Rota.
morning, good morning, and welcome to Rota.
Thank you. You mentioned about your fuel costs. You get about 35K a year
Yes, yes.
and able to assist other agencies. Is that an O from each agencies, or it's just a giveaway?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the
The
question.
question is, because you give fuel to the other agencies,
Correct.
do they owe you or just a giveaway from your
Well,
budget?
I don't expect them to pay me back.
So we don't need any additional funding for
No,
your
because
fuel.
I need them to operate, as at the max.
Good. I just want to clarify that. So
Yeah.
you're not asking for any budget on fuel.
Ah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Lizama. Any other member? I recognize Rep. Sheila Babalta.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for
Thank you.
being with us
Welcome.
today.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's nice to be back on your beautiful island of Rota. It's nice to be here with the sister island. Really,
Thank you.
yes. So, the purpose of the budget hearing is for us to better understand your needs.
Mm.
We want to support you. We want
Thank
our
you.
sister island to be successful.
Thank you.
Because when we have visitors, when we have our residents, we want them to enjoy,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
So I'm glad that you shared, your large expenses, medical referral, youth Manamco programs, transportation, jobs, fuel, and your all others line item. Can you just share a little bit more about what is in all others? When we remove that, other than flexibility, because when I see that, I think flexibility, right? We give you flexibility to make your own decision to fund what you believe is best for the island of Rota, because you're the one who's here. We're not here,
Mhm.
right? So that agency, that authority I support should be for the people who are here. So can you expand on all others line item? And by removing that, what is happening to your office and to the island?
Mhm. All right. So you're asking me for all others. Where do I expend? Okay. Of course, the office operation, such as the papers and all this stuff, cleaning materials, and also the contracts that I have, independent contracts. Like right now, I need I do have an economic advisor. So his term will end September 30, and also what's that? The travel.
I'm glad to hear that you have an economic advisor on hand. What is the outcome of that? How do you measure? How do you measure the outcome of your spending habits, right? You're going to fund an economic advisor. Is he doing some research on what kind of economic activities would be best for
Yes,
Rota?
that's right. As a matter
So
of
is there
fact,
a plan?
yes. Right now, he's involved in forming a Rota Chamber of Commerce, which we
Okay.
have already.
That's a nonprofit organization on
yeah.
Saipan?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you have it already?
We're forming
Awesome.
that.
Are
And
they
as
in contact with the administration for ARPA funding?
that's their business. I don't know for sure if they have, but that's their role. But we do get assistance from a Saipan Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, that's good to hear because
Yeah.
small business is important. Small
Yeah.
business means local families. That's what it means. So we're very happy to be here to spend our money, at Valentino's,
Yes,
at Puesto Grill,
Yes,
even though they were
to those
closed.
Thank
And
you very much.
pizzeria. You
Yeah.
have the chicken Caliquin pizza, world famous. Put that on the map. I'm telling you. traveling all over the world.
It's
I've
like the
been to-
buttered chicken in Tenian, right?
Exactly. I just came from Italy, and your chicken Calaguan pizza's better.
Ay,
Mangi.
si Jesus mas.
Mangi. So, my last question is about ARPA funding, because like yesterday, we had a house session here, and we were talking about the ARPA funding, reporting. A lot of people just don't know where the money is, because it's been a year, 2 years now, and we don't really see the impact of the ARPA funding, right? We have almost $1 billion, and we want to see, like, what are we investing in? What are we, right, spending the ARPA funding on? Because this is never going to happen again. Well, I want to say never, but
Maybe they went to a stimulus and premiums.
right. At the same time, even that will trickle down into small business, like
Yeah.
it's a whole system, right?
Yes.
So you give families money, it will go back into the community. It's a whole system, it's circular. So, so how are you engaging the administration about your ARPA funding? Because even me, it boggles my mind that you're in deficit, So who are you talking to? Because a lot of the
Okay.
nonprofit organizations, even on Saipan, and imagine we're on the same island. So I understand there is a huge barrier because you're on a different island.
That's
right?
correct. Right.
So how do you engage? Because even on Saipan, we're having a hard time.
Up at OMB, we have a budget analyst. Her name is Angel
Angel Phillips,
Phillips, correct.
Mhm. she's
Yeah,
really
so
good.
that's my contact person
Okay.
from between my office and her.
Mhm.
And of course, there are many times that I'm not satisfied with her answers,
Okay,
and I go directly to used to be Vicky, which
Right.
is just very, very helpful.
right. Very knowledgeable.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, I'll just say something and she'll
Yeah.
understand already what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But nowadays, it's like I
Yeah.
have to explain from A to Z.
Yeah. That's what happens
and
when
it
we get
makes it
rid of
more difficult.
experienced people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, even myself, I ask, where is this money? Where are they?
Mm-hmm.
And why am I keep telling them deficit? And so where's the,
Mm-hmm.
the purse?
So you only communicate with OMB. You don't communicate with the Department of Finance?
Yes.
Tomasa Naraha
Yes,
is the
yes.
right hand
Of course,
for
when it comes to
you do.
ARPA, yes,
Yes.
I communicate with Tomasa, somebody.
Naraha.
No, okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
So I'm hearing it's not very effective, the
Yeah, I
communication
guess it's,
stream.
I guess
Because
of
we're-
the new
we're-
system,
The new
the
system, but you
munis,
can
I
call,
mean,
just pick up a phone.
it's really it's a mess, but
It
we
is.
are fixing
Transition
it
is
right
hard.
now, and I hope that we fix it soon because it's anything new, it's really
Right.
troublesome.
Right. Transition is hard. We support going into the 21st century and updating our financial system. Transition is hard, but there are ways that we can make that easier for everyone. Okay, so I'm also hearing there's a communication issue for the mayor's office for Rota and the CNMI in regards to ARPA funding. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We're
Thank
very happy
you.
to be here.
Thank you, and really today is a beautiful day and a beautiful panelist as well.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Rep. Babalta. Any other member? For the first round, any other members? Recognize Rep. Joel Camacho.
Good morning.
Just one quick question, Mr. Chairman. With the 60 FTs that were provided to you through ARPA, was the latitude or the discretion for you to employ certain individuals all left up to you, or I just want to know if there were any strings attached to?
Oh, no. I was just given the position or the FT with the funds, and I decide who to hire. They don't tell me who.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Camacho. Any other members for the first round? All right. If none for the first round, I'll just ask a few clarifying questions and then open it up for a second round. Um, Mayor Atulik, do you have any updates in regards to the mobile agreement? Last legislature, we approved the lease with mobile, and I know one of the ask was fuel for the municipality. Is mobile providing any fuel to the municipality?
No, they actually they provide us like $1,000 a month. I asked for fuel, but they said no. We will give you the
Cash.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So that's 1,000 a month until the end of their
Their lease.
lease.
Yeah.
Now, I know you mentioned that your fuel expenses for, at least for Rota, is about 2 to 3,000 a month. But I know that with with the liaison, it seems like they use close to that amount a month. And so I'm not sure if you factored in the fuel expense for the liaison, or would that be?
Yes. And let me just, I want to thank you because sometimes you as a delegation help my office provide them funding for fuel. Thank you so much.
But would you happen to know, inclusive of medical referral, what would that amount be in total? Not just for the municipality of Rota, but for the liaison in Saipan.
Yeah. Thank you. The medical referral in Saipan usually costs like again like 1,000 to 1,500 a month on fuel, and I foot that, and that's why I thank you for at times you have helped the municipality appropriate funds for that purpose.
No, no, and I just want to mention for the record that, unlike the CNMI medical referral, and I know we just passed a Rep Sablon's bill for the travel assistance, but the municipality has fronted the cost of patients that go to Saipan and need that transportation, and for some, the housing. And so the municipality assists CHCC in the sense that they provide long-term housing to residents, or transportation to and from appointments and the airport. And so, you know, this not only saves CHCC money, but it also is a large expenditure on the municipality's part in regards to personnel to assist these referral patients, as well as the transportation. And the last, well, before I open it back up, do you have the status of any FEMA projects, especially since Mankut, and what the progress is like now?
Thank you for asking that, and that's also one of the areas that I'm sort of like disappointed because, as you know, Mancun took over our island in 2018, and it's 2022, and just now, for your information, we are starting to bid out projects. But imagine that from 2018 to 2022. So we have project worksheet number 19, 20, and 24, and they're all now being advertised for, being bidded out.
What percent of your projects haven't been bidded out or haven't been?
Oh, the only project is there's one project which is the administration building of Department of Lands and Natural Resources. At this point, I am 90% complete with A&E. And so as soon as it's completed, they would hand it over to us to review it and approve it. And then it goes back to PEX PEC submitted it to public assistance.
Okay. So you just started bidding out the projects, and then
Yeah, the
of all your
projects.
projects under the Mancut recovery,
Correct,
the
correct.
DLNR is what you're waiting on.
Mhm,
next.
correct. Mhm.
Okay. And also, we've been getting a lot of how do I say this? People have mentioned that they have not, the ones that are under ARPA have not received pay for 2 pay periods. Is this do you know what the issue is with in regards to several employees that haven't been paid for the last 2 to 3 pay periods?
Mr. Chairman, I'm not aware about that problem, but I can look into it right after this hearing. But I'm not aware about that they have not been paid. So,
Yeah, if you can let us know, if it's something that needs assistance that we can help with in regards to Department of Finance or OMB, then we'll reach
yes,
out.
right.
But
Mhm.
we just wanted to see if you know of any issues with that. Thank you. So for the
Thank
second
you.
round, we'll take about 3 more, and then we'll wrap up. And so, Rep Selena Babauta had her hand up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What is your current deficit according to what OMB is telling you is your deficit? You mentioned that you
Yeah. Mhm.
were informed. How much did they say you were in deficit?
And the last I spoke to them was last week. I was like 6,000 in the deficit.
6,000.
That's correct.
Is that for personnel or
No,
operation?
all others.
Oh,
Operations, correct.
Okay. I'm also aware that one way to circumvent the budget is, let's say, for example, the administration will hire employees under their account, but the actual body is here in the municipality. Do you have any of those?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Mhm.
How many of those do you have here?
Out of the 60, I have like 22.
So 22 were hired under the administration's account.
That's correct. Mhm.
Um, okay, you mentioned also about quota and right now you're offering free transportation for the public, right?
Mhm.
And you said you're trying to, I guess, decide as a community what would be affordable to charge the passengers. I would probably suggest starting at least $1 just to recoup some of
Mhm.
your expenses related to that. So that's my
Thank you for
recommendation.
that recommendation. I can certainly bring that up to the group.
Sure.
And, that this was recommended by the House Ways and Means Committee.
Also, I keep hearing you about mention about travel and how you foot the cost for many, like the Manamko, when you set them up to attend their activity in Saipan. Is it correct?
Correct.
How much in travel costs have you incurred since October, the current fiscal year?
I don't have the exact figure for that.
Do you have an estimate, maybe?
Well, from October to present?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe about 15,000. But I don't have the accurate figures, and
Sure.
I can provide that to you.
That's fine. Understood. I also noticed in your budget, at least under the mayor's account, 1065, that you did not request for, say, any, oh, actually you did, but these are equipments under 5,000, so you have no need under the mayor's account for any heavy equipment material.
Not under my office. But yes, I do need that for DPW.
Well, we'll talk to DPW about that, but you did request for 10,000 under equipments. For
That's for uh, DOF, Finance, and Commerce, because we are
So
opening
things
up
like
a,
computers or
yeah,
maybe to
right.
upgrade their
Mhm.
system to
Yes,
be compatible. The
because
new.
right now we are putting together a business incubator, and they do need computers and equipments.
Understood. The municipality of Tinian has the same request, similar request at least. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. I yield.
Thank you, Rep. Babalta. We'll finish off with Vice Chair and then Rep. Staffler. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Mayor, so under all others, you mentioned that contracts is one of the expense items there. Can you expand what types of contracts you have under all others, such as maybe,
Yeah, thank you. I have two actually. One is economic advisor,
okay,
which is, like I said, he is helping us right now, the administration, local administration, that is, put together a chamber of commerce, and also helping with advising my office with the tourism development and renovations. And the other one is the cultural artists, which is, if you see along the road with this telephone poles being painted, that's, I am contracting that.
okay. Okay, so no construction or any other type of contracts?
Not construction, because I really don't want to get involved with construction.
Okay.
That's personal business. I'd rather give that to the businesses.
Got it. So, I mean, we anticipate receiving a revised budget from the governor in July, I believe. And since your all other was zero out, I'm just concerned about the contracts that you already have in existence and that the impact that it would have on those
Yes.
contracts, and not just the impact of it,
Right.
but the liability that comes with it
Mhm.
should you
Correct.
not have the funding to pay
Yeah.
for it and default.
Thank you.
So we want to make sure that we take care of your legal and financial obligations. And
Yes.
how much are we looking in contracts?
How much
Yes,
per annual?
for
Annual?
your fiscal year 2020. I don't know the
Oh,
the
for the
expiration of those
economic advisor,
contracts.
it's like 30,000
So
annually.
you would need about 30,000 in fiscal year 2023 for your
for
contracts.
one, which is the
For
economist.
one.
Then the
So-
culture artist is 25,000.
Okay. 25 and okay, thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
Rep. Staffler.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Mayor, and all of your
Thank you.
team that are here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Everybody really about most of the things that you already have discussed, so I won't continue asking the same type of questions, but I did want to advocate for the use of the CODA bus. I know that one of the main reasons that it was given to the islands of Tinian and Rota was to support people with disabilities in getting to their transportation and all
That's
of their
right.
needs.
That's right.
And so I just want to make sure that those people in that population are still having access to the bus. Is that?
Yes, yes. And they're the priority ones.
Yes, excellent. And I do hope that you are resolve the issues in maintaining the operations for that, because it is so important. And I will advocate in Saipan with the main quota as well to support or find a way to make sure they include Tinian and Rota in the planning.
yeah.
Because if you are not given any kind of operational funds to maintain that, then how can people have that access? And that's really important.
Maybe we just go to work and do nothing.
Definitely
So
not.
anyway, thank you. Thank you. And that's why I asked earlier for this distinguished body to help me restore that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I yield, Chairman.
Thank you, Rep. Staffler. At this time, we'll reserve any questions we may have after reviewing the July 1st revised budget. If there's anything significant between the current submission and what will come on July 1st, we will revisit the mayor's request and
Yes.
reach out and see how we can assist. And so with that, Mayor Atalik, thank you for taking the time to
Right.
come before the
Uh,
committee. We appreciate
Thank you for the
we
opportunity. And
appreciate
like I
your
said, all of
presence.
you guys are welcome. Some of you welcome back. And thank you.
And so thank you, Mayor Atalik. And at this time, members, we will take a 8-minute break to allow the to take care of business, as well as the next agency to come and set up. Short recess. rise back from recess. Before we went on recess, we ended with the mayor of Rota, and up next we have the Rota Municipal Council. They submitted a budget request of 510,339. Uh, that consists of 392,000 in personnel and 118,000 in operations. However, the governor's proposal, the total came out to 225,064, which computes a shortfall of 285,275. But even with removing the operational budget, uh, this computes a shortfall in personnel alone of 169,000. And so before we proceed with our questions, um, I just want to point out that um, when we had our budget hearing on Tinian, if you recall, the chairwoman for the Tinian Municipal Council had mentioned that part of their authority was to grant reprogramming amongst the agencies within the municipality. And so I hope that the councils here can address that and if that's being practiced. But maybe they can include it in any opening remarks they may have. And so at this time, I'd like to open the floor or hand the floor over to the municipal council members.
Thank you, Chairman. So I'd like to start off first by welcoming everyone. Thank you for being here. All the House of Representatives, 22nd. Chairman, thank you. My name is I'm the Chairman for 18 Rota Municipal Council. My name is Jonathan H. Lizama. And there's three of us, three members. We have the Vice Chairman, which is not here today, William Titano. And we have our Secretary, Mr. Jim Atalik. And we are present to be here. And also, I would like to just mention first about our general budget. We were awarded in 2021 about 80,000 first, right? That's under personnel. So we were only eligible to hire maybe 3 personnel with 18,000 besides ARPA coming in. So, our general budget is my concern. That's besides the ARPA. We were only awarded 80,000. We were asking for more in our general, like more staffs. So when the ARPA came in, you guys, we were awarded 600,000. So we got back our staffs, which is 13. We're at 13 now, and like what the mayor mentioned, the budget was put on personnel, right? Not all others, OR. So what we're doing is when we hired, we started, reprogramming some to our operations for fuel, to assist the community on what we can do. And also, we have created an organization between the municipality, municipal council, the CNMI, called the PAMC, Pacific Alliance of Municipal Council. So we are now an organization. So we're working together with Rota, Saipan, and Tinian. So we're a team. And we brought up about the authority, about the reprogramming from the directors, from the departments, and the mayor's office. But like you said, it hasn't been practiced. I guess I don't know why, but we are working on that with amongst the islands, as municipal council. So we're getting advice with the AG's office, to bring back our authority. So that's what we wanna. We wanna check and balance, our municipality. We wanna make sure that every department is being treated correctly. Okay, so that's what we don't have that authority now I guess you guys can help us, get that back to us, and we'll maybe help each other with the members. And right now, you want to say something, Secretary? So, are you? Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Lizama and Secretary Atalik. I think, well, if we can get council to just make note of the statute, if he's able to find it, and then we can include it as a provision moving forward. And you mentioned that you had brought this concern up with the AG. Does the council have an assigned assistant attorney general?
No, not right now, sir. We are working on it right now with Tinian and Saipan.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chairman, for that. You mentioned you currently have 13 FTEs, and this was approved last budget, but it looks like the budget request for next fiscal year,
Yeah.
you submitted a request of 9 FTEs. Do you know where that four FTE difference is coming from?
Well,
Or-
that's from the ARPA fund. So I have like 10 employees under the ARPA right now, under personnel. That's the one that was awarded, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. You said you had 10.
Well, yes, we were awarded 10 employees besides the 3 staff that's under our local account. So that's a total of 13 we have right now.
Looking at the current budget, the yes, 9 was under the general, and then 4 additional from ARPA. And so you will still need the 13 for next fiscal year.
We would
It's-
love that,
it's all-
just for us to continue assisting our, community as best. So we have like a lot of programs that we try to utilize our staff. If I don't need 13, I'm not gonna take 13. But we're young. We like to move. Whatever the municipality is almost like a last minute thing. People like to come out and ask for assistance. For it's always in the last minute. So we try our best to, work the schedules out. And assist our community as much. Our community looks, they ask a lot from the municipality. It's not like they go to the house. We go to Senate. It's us, municipal council, and like our role. I understand our role is just to reprogram, to approve reprogramming, things like that. But we've grown. Municipal council has grown to now serve the community. So that's what we're doing now. So thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So I just want to make sure they're not left out,
Yeah,
because even for the next fiscal year, you're short the 4
Yes,
employees.
yes.
So just for the
But,
record, all
yes.
13 are currently working.
But we would be grateful if we can add a little bit more. Thank you.
How much more are you looking at?
No, I mean,
in order to
because
assist?
we were only allowed 280 from the governor, right?
280,000 for
That's-
personnel.
That's what
You're not necessarily limited to what the governor
Yeah,
proposed.
yeah.
But if there's a need for additional FTE, then
Okay.
if you have the justification for that, we can consider it when we deliberate. As far as in the current fiscal year, what is your biggest expense? And well, let's start with that.
I think our biggest expense would be in travel, maybe travel and personnel and fuel. So fuel, We average maybe a few 1,000 a month.
And travel. We see here that your request 20,000. What would
Yes.
this be used for?
Mr. Chair, for the travel, it's not only us as the municipal council that's traveling, but any other department that asks us for assistance, we do, we help them out at the same time too. It's under us and we help them out if, they don't have any budget to travel. Thank you.
Okay, but what about just for council alone? So if we consider providing travel to these agencies in their own budget, what would be just the municipal council's usage of travel? How many times would you have to go and meet with your counterparts or
I mean,
as
we're
part of?
looking like 15,000, 20,000, or maybe because per diem, and
Right.
but we usually travel for when we meet our counterparts. That's basically it, and also we try to help too, like our youth here. If they need to be there, and we're here, and they request like our youth, like any kind of like for flame tree, for festivals, for we bring out our youths, our dancers, to represent Rota in the best way to share our culture. That's where we like to assist and also even the members. We have our meetings, so we have to be present when we have our Pacific Alliance of Municipal Council meetings. That's one of our travel expense where we use our budget for.
How often do you meet with your counterpart?
Well, we try to take turns. It's either us, we go to Saipan, and then the next one will be, in Rota, where they'll come to us, and then, or Chinian, we'll like take
Rotate,
turns. Yeah.
You listed 20,000 for machinery, tools, and equipment. Can you
Yes.
just explain
So we like to do beautifications here in Rota. I mean, that's why we're a unique island, and we just love to clean, right? So, man, I need a lot of, I get like bush cutters. Right now, we're lacking that. We're lacking bush cutters. Besides the donation we have from the legislature, we had bush cutters. We need to get riding mowers, things like that. I like doing field works. That's one of my main sports facilities. We help with sports. I know that Department of Sports is lack of manpower. That's one thing here about Rota is that we lack contractors, right? Not like in Saipan and Guam where you can contract, right? Here we have to help each other. All the departments got to come in because we don't have that luxury to contract anybody to. So we have to. I'm a coordinator, but I have to go out and bush cut because we don't have anybody to do it, right? So I'm a councilman. I still got to go out and pick up tents because we're short of manpower, you know. But we just try to stay active and try to do the best we can. Thank you.
Thank you. One more before I open it up to the members. The 9 FTEs that was listed on the budget computes a total of, including fringe benefits, 392,286. But with the additional 4, do you know how much that total would come out to with the 4 additional personnel?
So well, I don't have that figure right now, but I'll work on that.
Okay. Yeah.
So our staff, our community workers, we pay them about 20,000 average a year. Each of our staffs. everyone has the equal amount, besides our chief of staff and our administrative officer and our field supervisor.
So the four that are missing from the list and in the budget,
Uh-huh.
would you say that they're about 20,000 each? So for the four?
Yes.
So about an additional 80,000
yes.
just to cover the four that are not
Yes,
listed
sir.
on the budget. All right, thank you, Chairman Nazama. The floor is now open, and I recognize Rep. Staffler.
Thank you, Chairman, and nice to see you both. Thank you so much. Did you catch fish yesterday? Just kidding. Okay, one of the things we all learned in Tinian as well is I wondered, did the mayor collaborate with you on the budget preparation? Did they get the council's approval on their budget preparation?
No, ma'am.
I guess that's a new process that we're also, or maybe not new, it was there, but it hasn't been implemented. So that's something we can look at for future.
Yes.
I was curious about, where is the municipal council office located? I can't recall right now. Is it up here so it's down in Songsong?
Yes, we are now located at the old Rota High School.
Okay.
Where all the departments are at, where
Yes.
GCCA, DLNR, Commerce, Labor. We are in the backside. We have a sign, a
Yes.
flag, but it's there. You just have to enter the school, and you'll find our.
I remember now. That's
Yeah.
where I got my earrings.
And so
once.
we have a little class. We would love to get our own building, but we're working on that too.
I guess I was just curious because I understand that most people in Rota live over in Sinapalo, and then a lot of projects might be all around the island.
Yes.
And so they must go and time into work all the way in Songsong and then go out to the field and back and stuff. And so we were discussing about how high the fuel cost is and like that. And I don't have an answer, but I definitely, I guess, I feel for the people and how much it costs even just to go to work. The type of you mentioned that you guys have a priority on programs. Can you tell us about the programs that you provide for the community in addition to helping people travel and bush cutting?
Well, we have our program. So what we do is we have for example, we have agriculture. We have a gardener, which we hire one, which he is a community garden, vegetables and all fruits. Which every time we harvest, our first harvest will go to the Manamku Center, which is the kitchen. It goes to the kitchen, and whatever leftover they give to each of our Manamku clients. We work with organizations, which like fishing derbies. So organizations will fork out the fees and the prizes. We fork out the manpower, right? Fuel. So that's what we do. So sometimes we have to give them overtimes, right? Because nobody wants to work comp time. Yeah, they want overtime. So in order for them to come out and serve our community, is we have to just work with our staff to make them happy too, so they can make us happy with helping the community. So yes, we have that in our budget where we give overtimes to our staff and I have like sporting activities too, which municipal council hosts softball, youth softball tournaments here in Rota. And anyways, we're having our own second annual. Tomorrow will be our opening. If you guys are still here, come by to the field and
What time is the
we'll
game?
set you up at 5:30. Our ceremony.
I think
5:30.
our flight is at 3:30
Oh, okay.
or 4, but
I hope the
Uh,
chairman is here.
I hope so too, and I hope that all the
Yeah.
teams have a great time
Yes,
playing.
they will.
Tournaments
I'm
are
pretty
always
sure they will.
fun.
So, yeah, we do that, and also we like to help out with our kids like in cultural arts council. So dancing, we try to bring them to Saipan, which me, I don't have the budget to take care of a lot of that. That's why I come to you guys and ask for help. So that's what we do. We try to work as a team. That's how I work. And my counterpart partners here. That's about it.
Okay,
Go ahead.
thank you. That sounds like a lot of great things. And every time I've come to Rota, I've seen some of these activities that you guys have been putting on in collaboration with all of the other groups you work with. So thank you for all of your service. And I yield. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Rep. Staffler. I recognize the Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair, and welcome again. Thank you for your services and for taking on the additional duties and responsibilities. Going back to travel, I was curious, can you share with us, you're asking for 20K. Are you guys meeting on a monthly, quarterly, or semi-annual basis with your counterparts? And
We try to limit ourselves to maybe at least once a month if we can, but because the next month will be, they will be coming to us,
Sure.
so that's how we try to balance it, just make sure that it's not only us going to be going over there, so we try to share the costs.
and how many of you would normally?
Usually only the members and our clerk will follow.
So how
So
many?
sometimes the members, so that's a total of 4.
Four.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 packs. Okay.
So
that's it.
we take one of our clerks to be our, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. The floor is now open for any other member. I recognize Rep. Selena Babalta.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and welcome. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm a little bit confused about the personnel issue. On the budget, the sheets that we are seeing right now, there's only 9.
Yes.
And you said you have additional 10 or a total of 13?
We have a total of 13. So the three staff, the 3 staff, like I said, is under our,
ARPA.
no, our local.
Sorry, Chairman, can you use the mic, please?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's under our local account. And then
Okay.
the 10 will be under the ARPA.
And the 10 is currently on board.
Yes, ma'am.
And whose ARPA account is paying for those employees?
Under the municipal council account.
Okay, so how much ARPA funds did the municipal council?
Was awarded?
Yeah.
About 600,000.
600,000, wow.
But we get it in a quarterly basis. We don't get it one time. And I believe that's how it's being done, if I'm not mistaken. Right? We get it with OMB, I guess we.
Interesting.
Yeah, the legislature got their lump sum, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
agencies are,
Yeah, we
the
don't.
municipalities and
don't-
agencies
they
are
don't-
getting it by.
Quarter, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that helps us understand. That was confusing.
Okay.
So I'm still confused and I'm sorry. You said 3
It's
are
okay.
under your local,
Yes.
but there's 9 here under local.
I gotta check that. And
That's why I'm a little
Sorry.
bit confused,
well,
but
I need to get back with my AO and make sure that this is and we'll get the right documents to you guys.
okay.
No.
We
I
would
will-
appreciate
I will
that
make
because
sure, yeah.
we're talking apples and
Okay.
oranges
Yes,
here,
yes.
and we keep
okay.
confusing each other.
Okay, sorry. Let me say this again. We were awarded, yes, we got 13, but we have right now only 9 right now under 9 employees right now under. So we had 2 available seats, but we did not hire anybody. I apologize for that. We are not 13.
Oh,
Yes. We had 2 more seats, but the 2 employees pulled out. They were supposed to take their drug test, and yeah, my apologies for that. Yeah. So they didn't.
so you have
We
9
had
on
11.
board
Yeah, 9.
under ARPA. You have 9 on board under ARPA.
Yes.
Okay, that's
No.
No?
General fund.
General fund.
Yeah, let me assist with the for the current fiscal year, there's 9 being funded under the general fund, and then the ARPA took care of the additional 20% plus for FTEs.
Yes.
So you do not have 9 or 10 under ARPA, is what we're trying to clarify.
Okay,
Because this is,
because the three, okay, my chief of staff and my administrative officer and our field supervisor, I believe they're 80% general and 20% ARPA. And then the rest of the community workers are 100% ARPA. If I'm, no?
I think they're also 80-20.
80-20?
everybody here
Yes.
on general
Or 80-20.
account,
Okay,
the local account is 80% only covered.
okay, I apologize
And
for
then
that.
20%
My
is from
staff did
ARPA.
not, so I'm gonna have a meeting today. Okay, I apologize.
It's okay, we're just trying to
Yes, thank
understand,
you.
because it's not registering. I want to ask, based on what I've heard, you guys do a lot of wonderful assistance to not only the mayor's office, but other departments. But I wanted to ask, it seems to me that there's a lot of overlap in terms of community projects with the mayor's office. So I want to understand the municipalities' um, I guess, duties and obligations to the community. What is the municipal council's mission? You as sitting chairman and,
I mean, I know that our mission is to make sure that our municipal is being watched by making sure that they, the budget that they spent, that's a municipal council's duty, right? To make sure that the mayor and the directors, that's the main.
how has
Yeah.
that worked out for you guys?
Uh,
Has the mayor been
Right now,
transparent?
it hasn't been practiced. Like I said, we didn't get anything of that. So
So the mayor, basically what you're telling us now is the mayor hasn't been transparent to this governing body over
well,
him.
we're confused about that too. So we're trying to work on that as a team, as the municipal PAMC. So we have that PAMC thing, and we are working on those issues right now.
Okay.
We have documents that we are working on to make sure that where municipal council is involved in making decisions with the municipality's budget.
Is the mayor included in some of these discussions?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Um, like I said, I heard from your answers that there seems to be a lot of overlap, like with the youth programs. Have
Yeah,
you,
like together with the mayor's office? Is that what you're
well,
trying to
have
say?
you coordinated with like the youth affairs? Do you guys have a youth
No.
affairs here?
No, we don't have youth affairs
Ah.
here. So what we're lacking here is organizations. A lot of this our community relies on municipal council, well, on the municipality to do programs, to take care of the programs. What we lack here is organizations. That's what we need as a community. That's what I want. I want to work in make sure every part of the programs have an organization. Would be easier to get money, right? Instead of just relying on the government to do all these programs, especially a small community like this with Rota and Tinian, a lot of people, it's expensive here. It's the flights are expensive too. So we try to just do as much as we can to keep them busy, even though we can't fly out to play an all-star game. We just try to make sure that they have something here in Rota. Even
Okay.
if like for example Saipan will be the one representing mini games, not Rota. We'll try to just keep it going here in Rota. That's our goal, but we try not to overlap other agencies too. with their programs. We try to have our own, and that's what we want. If they need help, of course, we'll be there. We'll assist. That's. But
Okay,
we
thank-
try when we do our own, like for example, the softball coming up. We try to make sure that we municipal councils take care of that. Just that's what we.
Okay. Last question. If we were to approve your budget today, what is your top 3 wish list of needs? Your top 3
You want to take the
priorities.
first wish?
Oh, the first wish. The first wish for
Wish
me
list.
is our wish list is to make sure that we have fuel. Okay, in our community, we have to make sure that we assist our community in any way that we can as far as our authority. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, first priority is the fuel, and the second is make sure that our priority. Actually, everything's our priority, but we try to fit things together. Put it together, and we'll try and finish everything. One kill, one. One stone, not two bird like that. So
So I heard fuel.
yes,
And
fuel,
what's the other 2?
and
I
to
asked for
assist
the
our
top
community.
3. I'm sorry?
To assist our community.
In what way?
In what way? In assisting them, such as the school, which is the school, the Rota Health Center. Sometimes they ask us for assistance too. We send our guys there. We'll bring our
What kind of
equipment,
assistance would the
such as the painting of the building or any lifting of whatever that's heavy, because one maintenance and all the stuff.
so labor related?
Labor, something like that.
Okay.
It'd be like
Thank you.
personnel, all others, and fuel. It's like our main all others at operations. It'd be
Okay.
like our
Are you
three.
for now, Mr. Chairman?
Thank you, Rep. Balta. Any other member? Recognize Rep. Sheila Balta.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Chair Lizama and Secretary Antalik, thank you for being here today and really sharing openly and honestly about your needs. I just wanted to make a comment about your authority. I'm very proud of you and your group and all the municipal councils for working on that. Getting clarity on your authority and what you were elected to do is important, and the checks and balances is what we support too. So let us know how we can help you, and I look forward to supporting that cause, because that will just help all of us with the structure that we need to have it flow better, right? So thank you very much. I'm very proud of you all for that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for opening the door.
Thank you, Rep. Balta. I do want to read something, but let me just. Okay. Under the Constitution, Article 6, Section 7 reads, or the title is Powers, Meetings, and Compensations. The municipal councils shall meet in regular sessions of no more than twice a month and shall be paid for each meeting as provided by law. The mayor or a majority of the members of the council may call special sessions of the council as needed. The powers of the municipal councils shall extend to all local matters of a predominantly local nature not preempted by the Commonwealth Legislature and shall include the following. Assist the mayor in the formulation of the annual budget delineating local needs. At the request of an executive branch department head in consultation with the mayor, the council shall have the authority to approve reprogramming of funds in the approved budget. And then we have 3 more to confirm: resident department heads, acting mayorship, and additional powers and duties as prescribed by law. And so, yeah, based on the Constitution, it seems like there are, we just need clarification, and in order for the councils on all in the CNMI to be more involved in the municipality's budget, I know it seems to be like it's been a practice in prior councils that all requests go through the mayor's office, but this is one power that the council can practice and can, moving forward and for future councils, this is something that, should be considered. And this goes for future legislators as well in regards to the budget process and understanding more on how the council plays a huge role in in assisting the mayor in identifying the needs of the municipality. And so I got clarification earlier, and I guess my apologies. The AG doesn't necessarily assist the municipalities. The municipalities would have to
Higher
hire a
Hire a-
lawyer.
consultant. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need money for a lawyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. I just wanted to clarify that again because it was first brought to the attention by Tinian Chairwoman Mendiola, and we wanted to see if that's the same situation here. Saipan will maybe with council's assistance, we'll have to see. It might be a bit different. No,
Yeah.
Joe?
Yes. I
Yeah.
believe it's a little bit different
Yeah.
in Saipan according to our meetings. Yes. Tinian and Rota are the most
Yeah.
highly.
Well, and because of our amendment 25
Yes.
too, that allow us more flexibility for Rota and Tinian. But okay, thank you for coming in, council members. Last call for the committee member. Okay, if there's none at this time, Chairman Lizama, if I can request that you submit the additional list or true value for the compensations of those 4 additional FTEs that weren't included in the budget proposal, but you currently in this fiscal year have been budgeted for those FTEs. We'll try to see how we can assist in getting those people on the next fiscal year's budget. Okay, at this time, Chairman, is there anything else you'd like to add before we recess?
Just want to say thank you all for being here and allowing us to share our work with you guys, and thank you guys for assisting us too. And we look forward to continue working together. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Lizama and Secretary Atalik. Again, thank you for sharing the great work that the councils have been doing and continue to do. And so if we have any questions if there's any significant changes to the revised budget, we'll reach out and see how we can assist. And so again, thank you for coming in. And members, at this time, we will recess until 1 o'clock.
Thank you.